Marjorie Taylor Greene is not letting her foot off of the gas pedal. Sorry, Cole, to bring up cars. I know, sensitive subject right now. But speaking of, just as a quick side note, and then I'll get to Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about Trump. We told the audience that our poor producer Cole got into a car wreck this morning on the way to work. He's okay. You can see. There he is. Well, I give a little. There we are. All right. Oh, yeah, let me just show you. It was brutal. Some of you were asking. I don't know. You can't see this. You can't see that. But the point is ouchie. Ouchie, right? So we're grateful that Cole's okay. I want to talk about here Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene sends Trump a dire warning over Epstein. Sorry, that really tickled the producers. Marjorie Greene has sent a thinly veiled warning to President Donald Trump over his handling of the Jeffrey Epstein saga. She sent out this post saying, if you tell the base of people who supported you of deep state treasonous crimes, election interference, blackmail, and rich, powerful, elite, evil cabals, then you must take down every enemy of the people. If not, the base will turn and there's no going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. Dangling bits of red meat no longer satisfies. Oh, they want the whole steak dinner and will accept nothing else. Now, kind of funny wording there, but it sounds like she's referencing the Obama thing. Trump is full court press trying to, as we've been discussing a lot, get this Obama conspiracy up and running. And it sounds like she's even saying you can't dangle the red meat, which, as a side note, I like to believe that. Yes, you can. It's working. We looked at, I don't even want to think about this for any longer, and I'll play this video, but we looked at how Jane wasn't here for this. Polling, Trump had his approval rating among Republicans go up in recent days. So like, it does work. He can hoax his way out of the Epstein thing, it seems, among Republicans. Should we keep pressing it? Yes. Are some of them going to stay upset? I hope so. But at least in the polling, they're as MAGA as ever. Very mind-boggling because it seemed like from what we're looking at. But can we just ignore that and have fun, please? And imagine they're all turning. And it's not just on this topic either. Trump just either signed into law, I think he's just signed into law, the Genius Act, the government-enabled national infrastructure for U.S. stablecoins, and it's a crypto bill, and Marjorie's saying this will end freedom as we know it. That's the video I want to play for you. So it's not just on Epstein that she's upset. And my hope is, okay, we'll look at a leaving MAGA founder talking about his belief that it's not that this issue, Epstein, by itself is going to convince the diehards to stop believing Trump, but maybe some of those who were on the fence already will determine in their own head that Trump's lying to them about Epstein. And if they can have that conclusion, maybe they can then ask the next question, which is, what else could he be lying to me about? And my hope is, like, now she's saying, I think the quote is, would end freedom altogether. Marjorie saying about this Trump law, and it will hopefully open the floodgates to criticisms on other things because they kind of got their jitters out, and now they can hit Trump on other things too. So the bill would legalize and regulate U.S.-based stable coins, particularly those pegged to the U.S. dollar, create a federal licensing framework for crypto issuers under the Treasury and SEC, mandate transparency and reserve backing, ban unauthorized digital currencies that don't comply with the law, some decentralized or foreign stablecoins, encourage a public-private crypto infrastructure center in the U.S. to compete with China's. And on that, she's saying this is red alert. The tough thing with someone like her is it's tough to take seriously freedom's going to end statements on anything, however much I might agree or disagree, because she's always saying that about everything. Like, every time a Democrat even mentions guns, it's like, they're going to take away our Second Amendment. It's like, oh gosh.
Kiss my ass.
And that. Let's, the soundboard's back. Let's hear her argument.
Let's start with the Genius Act.
I'm very confused about the Genius Act. I thought there was a deal made by the president to make sure that included was going to be the central bank digital currency. There'd be no possibility of a backdoor to get that. So where are we?
Steve, let me explain something. In 1971, we went off of the gold standard. The Federal Reserve did that. And we went to cash, a cash society. And the value of the dollar has drastically gone down to the buying power is less than 10 cents now from where it was in the 1950s before we went off the gold reserve. What's happening today on July 17th in 2025 when no one is paying attention, no one's talking about it, everyone is in blind rage about the Epstein files, and I don't blame them. However, right now, what is being voted on today in Congress is the entire setup, groundwork, and entire infrastructure being laid to move from cash to digital currency. And the number one thing that is not happening today is a ban on a central bank digital currency. This means the ability for the government to take control of your digital bank account where all your money is and turn it off. And this is why I'm so upset and it's not being talked about. Steve, I was the only no vote on the rule last night. And Congress set a record last night, and no one's talking about that either. This was the longest vote held open for a rule in history. And it finally shut down sometime around midnight because there was a deal made, and the deal will not be honored.
So just to emphasize what I was going to say earlier, but kind of chuckled my way through not actually bringing it up, is there's a dynamic in this office, right? You got producer Jaden, you got producer Cole, and they're very different. And Cole, I would say, I don't know if this is fair, is more likely to get annoyed with me. Maybe we'll say more easily than Jaden would be. And so like Cole comes in and he got in a car wreck. Very sad, scary. We RIP to his car. But Cole literally said, "Luke, this is your fault. I blame you for my car wreck." I said, What? And he said, "I was driving to work and you made me come to work. And this wouldn't have happened to my new car if it weren't for you." Very weird. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. No, but what that means is if I'm doing something and Jaden starts getting irritated and they're both irritated, I'm like, oh, I might have messed up. So similarly, if Marjorie's upset at Trump, right? That's a 5-alarm fire. That's a big deal. You're my Marjorie. I think that might be an insult. Yeah. So, I mean, if I'm going to be completely transparent, the whole crypto world is not my area of expertise other than me generally giving the advice of be careful out there. But it is fascinating on another issue. She also has been screaming at Trump over Ukraine. In that case, she's wrong about it. This has to matter, right? That's more my question. Is this the fact that we used to hear no criticism of Trump from people like her? If she's now laying out 3 issues, Epstein cover-up, Ukraine, she's mad at him over, and over the crypto stuff, that has to matter in the voting base. They're going to be less motivated in the midterms, I hope, even if the approval ratings don't yet show that. That's my optimistic take on this. Before playing a little bit more, please remember, if you appreciate this show, you appreciate these wonderful producers, you appreciate Cole driving, getting to work, even after that situation, clicking the subscribe button. It's free, but it makes all the difference. If you want to get the bonus show, go a step further. The join button is how you get that.
It was a deal that Speaker Johnson made, and he said that he would put a ban on central bank digital currency in the NDAA. But let me tell you something, that's going to get stripped out in the Senate because what they told us all week long is the Senate does not have the votes to pass a ban on a central bank digital currency. So I want to lay this out straight for you all. You never thought in your lifetime that the government would shut you down, would close your churches, would close your schools, would close your business. And that happened only a few years ago. But what is happening today is the groundwork.
Also under Trump, by the way.
Is being laid, and it's all in the name of cryptocurrency and stablecoin, but it is the entire regulatory process to switch us from cash to a cashless society, to digital currency that can be controlled by the federal government. And there will be no ban on a central bank digital currency. There will be no way to protect your ability to fully control your digital currency in the future.
Okay. So, I mean, take everything she says with a grain of salt, but fascinating to see the anger. And maybe if I dove more into that topic, there'd be something there. And in general, the fact that Trump's so hyped about it obviously makes me skeptical. But this is the part that, so this guy's name, let me just get the name here. Rich Logis is the founder of Leaving MAGA and is saying that this could be a time where people go, if he's lying to me about Epstein, which they believe, then maybe he lies about other things, which is, yeah.
I don't think that there has ever been a time more so than right now in which more MAGA Americans are questioning their support for Donald Trump. And I think that there is a burgeoning cognitive dissonance pervasive across MAGA, and begotten from that dissonance are confusion and doubts. And so for any of those who are in MAGA who are going to see this, and you're wondering if this is in fact the movement that you thought you were supporting, I want you to know that I am with you because I know what you're going through. It's why we founded our organization, Leaving MAGA. We are a community and a destination for people who leave and tell their stories, for those who have doubts, and for those who are related and have close friends who are still in the thrall of MAGA. And I want to ask those of our allies, our friends and family, to consider respectfully asking their friends and family if this could be a bridge too far for them, and ask them that if Donald Trump is lying about the Epstein file here, what else is it that he might be lying about?
Yes. Yeah, the tough part, I mean, it already makes a big impact if those voters just don't go to vote for the Trump-backed candidates in the midterms. It doesn't mean they have to then go support Democrats, but as long as they could do third party, maybe some of them stay home, even though I want everyone to exercise the right to vote, obviously. But if they decided to stay home, then that could have an impact. And if they wrote someone in, or they just didn't put a name down, or whatever, that can matter. I mean, I'm trying to be as frank with all of you as possible. Right now in the polling numbers, not Trump's general approval rating, that's pretty low, but his approval among Republicans, it hasn't yet impacted it. I hope that changes. And all of these anecdotes, it feels like with the rage you've seen from even the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the influencers out there, that would manifest to the base, at least in a discouragement in their advocacy for MAGA. But the tough part, if you are trying to convert people all the way over to your ideology, getting them to go, I'm irritated with Trump and I'm confused, doesn't necessarily mean they go, woo, Kamala. That's a big jump. Obviously, Kamala's not going to be the person next time, but you get the point. But even just opening the eyes to maybe the guy you thought was this messiah, now you're realizing on an issue that you really cared about, he is at least appeared to be misleading, then maybe there's more he's misleading you on. That's powerful, for sure. Share your thoughts in the comments.